Hello again to all my listeners tuning in. Welcome to Fractured Poet, a podcast for all of you poetically insane individuals who love getting lost in the art of poetry. Podcasting from Ontario, California, I am your host, Katrina Wisniewski, just another person in the world obsessed with words, striving to make sense of it all. I hope everyone is doing okay this afternoon. But today's episode is pretty much the complete opposite of the last episode that was released. The title of this week's episode is called Down and Out for the Count. I call it that because the poems I'm going to read are a little on the depressing side. Most of the poems, if not all of them, are things coming from my own personal thoughts. Some of the poems are recent, while others being from a few years ago. So, the first poem I'm going to read is called Journey to Nowhere. I can't help but wonder if this is where my life is supposed to be. Too many dead ends with that many more barriers, all taking place on my journey to nowhere. My life tends to mirror a looking glass. Onlookers become the judges and the critics, all analyzing my journey to nowhere. My accomplishments amount to nothing, just another expensive experience. I don't like what I see, yet I have no idea how to alter it. Where do I go? Where is my compass? Or did I even have one on my journey to nowhere? I hate to admit how relevant this poem still is. Life has never been an easy thing to figure out or accomplish on my end. Anytime I have tried to move forward or try something new and different, it seems to always get thrown in my face. I'm not going to turn this into a whining fest or anything, but there's just a lot of things I would like to change about my life. A lot of things I wish I could do different. There's always a reason why something didn't work out or didn't happen, or it turns into something that's eventually an excuse. Something that is beyond the point of getting old. But whatever. The second poem is called Left for Dead. Listening to the words, praising someone I hardly know, excruciating pain wraps around my heart, torn between two places, running into problems. Which one should I solve first? Collapsing at the knees, hoping for an answer, I try to comprehend, realizing this may be the end. Drowning in an empty pool, swimming to the edge, gripping the sides, noticing there's nothing there. Suddenly losing my energy, I feel like I'm drowning. Darkness overtakes my vision. My lungs are losing air. My problems are being solved. The gravity beneath is so strong. My eyes are forever empty. My lips are cold. My body is now lifeless. I left myself for dead. Holy monkeys. This poem was a little dark. However, I didn't really like the way I wrote this poem. I could have rewritten it like the ones I did in previous episodes, but I decided not to for whatever reason. I wrote this poem back in 2015, so this poem has aged some. You can probably guess what this poem is about, and I apologize if it's too morbid. Welcome to my twisted mind. I did not write this based on any experiences I have had, nor any thoughts that have fostered the idea of the contents within this poem. It is just another poem that came from somewhere unknown. Because it was so long ago, I honestly don't remember what I was thinking about at the time of writing this poem out. I get kind of weirded out by some of the things I write, especially ones that are dark like this one. But trust me, there are worse ones I've written. This one's nothing. Anyways, I will move on to the next poem, and this one, like many of my other poems, does not have a title. So here it is. I can't tell you what it's been like. There's so much to explain. I'm lost for words. My eyes are sore, so sick of crying. I think I've run out of tears. Feeling as though I am falling from the sky. It's hard to catch my bearings. Things are out of control. I don't know if I'll ever gain composure. So, I wrote this one in April of 2017. A lot of things going on during that time, if I remember correctly. Too much drama. Lots of built up anger, just a lot of crap filled the air. It wasn't just one thing, it was multiple things at the same time. I can't get into any specifics because, like I said, there was so much going on in that time in my life, too much to comprehend. I can't talk about just one thing. But yeah, the words in my head, which brings me to the next poem I will read, and this one is called In My Head. So, here is this one. Feeling trapped. I can't find a way out. Too many dead ends. Running out of breath. Maybe it's time to give up. Boxed in. Nowhere to go. These thoughts won't go away. This is what it's like, being trapped inside my head. There have been many times where I have felt trapped in this life I supposedly lead. More times than not, I have felt defeated, sometimes even a lost cause to society. It sounds pretty emo, I know, but the times I have genuinely tried to make things right, go down a different path, or change things, it always turns out to be the opposite of what I thought, pushing me back a million steps. Although I find myself getting lost in my own head, my thoughts, and honestly, I think that is what this poem is referring to. It's not so much the events that were taking place at that moment, but the thoughts that were literally in my head. I overthink a lot of things. I overanalyze just as much, if not more. It's gotten so bad that it keeps me up at night, ultimately preventing me from going to sleep, also known as insomnia. I hate that I overthink and overanalyze as much as I do, but at the same time, it is quite refreshing because it keeps me on my toes. It, believe it or not, helps me solve a lot of the problems that come up. I think about the what ifs, regardless of how relevant they are or not, or possible hypothetical situations. No wonder why I write poems the way that I do, huh? So, the next poem does not have a title, so here is this one. My face is hot to the touch, eyes burning from the inside out, body is trembling, feeling my hands tighten, so much rage. Fixated on my reflection, the mirror does not lie. Clenching my fists, there's no way out. The anger intensifies. As the blood runs red, I stare at the broken pieces of glass on the cold tile, each piece representing my failures, taunting me. All I want to do is cry, but I can't. Same shit, different day. Why is there always something in the way? Wow, the emotion in this poem is crazy. I definitely rekindled that one. Not sure where I mustered up the words to this poem. Don't remember if this was describing a specific something or other. For all I know, this poem could be about me and the way I think and feel about myself. Again, I don't remember. I can only guess. What I do know is that I happened to adopt a new type of feeling a few years back. When I get super upset, if upset is even the word to describe it, but I don't even think pissed off begins to describe it either. But anyway, so I started to notice that when I get beyond the point of being upset, my eyes literally burn from the inside. Not the burning sensation when you get something in your eye where you have to rub your eyes to take the burning away. It's not that type of burning. This burning doesn't go away by rubbing your eyes. My face gets over the top hot and my eyes start burning from the inside. When I get this angry, my body starts trembling and all I do is see red. The pain that is described in this poem is very deep. But moving on, the last poem was also not given a title. So I will move on to the last poem of the episode. Sitting still, she concentrates on her thoughts, feeling tears stream down her face. It's time to let go. Thinking about everything that hurts, the constant pain, the ongoing barriers. It's okay to cry, love. The tears flow harder now. She can't stop. So much hurt. Asking herself the same question over and over again. Why? Eyes slowly begin to open, her vision blurred by the tears. Her cheeks become saturated. Holding on tightly, she says out loud, "Get a grip on yourself. Pull yourself together." As she wipes the tears away, everything will be okay. I must have been feeling something pretty hard at the time I wrote this poem. I wrote this one at the beginning of 2017, sometime in January. I'm sure I was going through something, but I cannot remember exactly what that was. I have had and still have a lot of these moments where my thoughts consume me and take advantage, where I lose control and start crying out of nowhere. Everything comes flowing out of control. It's only a matter of time before I snap out of it and pull myself together again. Sadly, I have too many of these moments. It sucks, but whatever. All right, kids, this will conclude the show. To those of you who are always tuning in, a huge freaking thank you for hanging out with me this long, for sticking it out with me. Hopefully, I don't suck too bad. And even for those that are just joining in, thank you so much. Again, do not hesitate to go back to the beginning of the podcast and embrace yourself with my amazing voice and my poetry. And just get lost in it, as I say. Hopefully you loved what you heard today and you tune in next time. You can catch this and future episodes at anchor.fm/fractured poet. This episode of Fractured Poet was written and produced by me, Katrina Wisniewski. Music by Alternative Rock Volume 1 and Rock Electronica Volume 4 from freeplaymusic.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Fractured Poet. And as always, thanks for listening, and until next time.